Hello everyone. Now, I've made videos on this channel before. Let's make it quite quick. Come on. So, things are gonna change. Now, people always say that things are gonna change, things are gonna change, things are gonna change. But really what changes is them trying to change one more time and not managing. So, how are things gonna change? First of all, videos. These raw videos, I'm the only one that's gonna watch them, but they're not gonna be 20-minute rants. I hope they're not going to be 20-minute rants of me speaking to the camera like I'm doing here, but there'll be 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. There'll be more dynamic clips. Furthermore, I've changed goal, I've changed perspective, I've learned a lot of new things. First thing first, women ruined my life. Our lives, men, I don't know. But the goal might be have a family, love a woman. But at the moment, when you start, they ruin you. But let them, instead of ruining, they can either ruin you, or you can use that attack against them and let that boost you towards your goals. How? Let me tell you. If like me, you're against the hookup culture that plagues our lives today, then you'll probably understand when I say that I want one woman in my life. I won't have to change a girlfriend or a wife every few years. A woman that I would love for my whole life. But at the same time you get when I tell you that to make that relationship be the one with that girl, you need to give it your all, give it your best. And how can you give your best to other people, to another relationship, when I haven't given my best on what I'm doing now, working towards my success, towards my main goal, which is financial freedom, happiness for me, but mainly for my family. There are two things that you can't reconcile. Your mind wants to try to do it, my mind wants to try to do it, but there's work, there's family, and then once you take care of those, you can have a girl. Otherwise, you'll be split between this, between that, and nothing. You won't manage to do anything properly. But if I focus on completing myself, completing all my goals, not all my goals, because you can never complete all your goals, you can never complete yourself, but if I can get to one point where I'm making a steady income, where I'm happy with my body, with my mind, with a network that I'm building, where I can provide for my family, then we can start speaking about women. But for now, nada de nada, because we need to stay on track. And women, they take you off track, in the good or in the bad, but you need to spend time with them, and now the time has to be spent on others. So I was speaking to ChatGPT about it. Basically, what he said, or she said, or what it said, is it's not you need the time to do it, because at the end of the day, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm doing 2,000 euros a month, yeah, let me sacrifice 3 of my hours a day to spend time with the girlfriend. No, it's when you're ready. It's not the time, because you'll always spend time, you'll always have your attention focused on work, but it's when you can unfocus your attention on work, when you're already doing stuff, when you're putting in the same amount of work I'm doing now, if not even more, I hope, but you're the person that can deal with two things at once. So work becomes easy, even though it's more, and relationship has a chance to actually grow, because, okay, work, now I can take care of two things at once. We're not very good at explaining things, I know, but what I can say is this. Now, we're not very good at explaining things, I know, but the way I can summarize it is by saying, okay, now, if you're like me, I'm speaking to myself, okay? At the moment, I'm making little to no money a month. I'm no one social media wise. My body isn't in the best shape it could be. My mind isn't where it could be. Well, my network is good, obviously. I actually go proud of my network, but it's still not there yet, okay? I'm not the person I want to be, and I know maybe even on the road that I need to take to be that person. I know there is a road, but I just need to get on it, and the way to get on it is by being consistent, being disciplined, and having a routine I respect every day. If I don't get on the right road, if I don't start completing some of my goals, if I don't start getting to some checkpoints, then I can't be the person that can have work and relationship and make them go well together. I just can't. It's impossible if I want them to go well. But once I get to a certain point where some goals are completed, I'm starting to get a better body, a better mind, I'm starting to make a good income, I'm starting to handle the work, I have social media pinned down, I know what I'm doing, I have discipline, I have consistency, I'm a better person, everything is going better. First of all, I'll know how to manage my time better, I'll be, as I said, a better person, and in general, it's not like I'll have more time, no, because uh, there'll still be work, there'll be more work, but I'm at a place where I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm headed, and I know, okay, now I have this dialed down, I have discipline, I have consistency, I have discipline, I have consistency, I can even maybe focus on something else, because I know my focus is still 100% on this, it won't be taken away, but I can also use that focus, to maybe have a relationship. And that's just a burden that every one of us entrepreneurs has to go through, has to face. You need to sacrifice stuff, what I'm doing, what we're doing, what I'm doing, I'll speak to myself again, is hard. It's very, very, very hard. Not many people manage. A lot of people fail in the process and have to sacrifice a lot, It's very hard, it's very difficult, it's very stressing. Not many people make it, it's something hard, and it's something that not many people achieve. And to achieve what not many people achieve, you need to do what not many people do. But the result is incredible. And the incredible results come at a price. And the price is relationships with family, with friends, and in this case, also with girls. So there needs to be a period where you just eat glass, where you walk barefoot on burning charcoal. And you just go through that. You understand why you're doing it, what you're actually doing. You understand the road you're taking, and you build the most important thing: consistency and self-discipline. And as I said, once you have those nailed down, once you're ticking the first boxes, once you're achieving your first goals, once you're at a place where, I wouldn't say you're comfortable, but you're uncomfortable and you're happy in that uncomfortableness, and you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and the consistency and discipline is down, I have them, and I'm, let's say, going on autopilot, and I'm working more than ever every day and every day improving, and I've achieved some important goals, then the relationship can happen. So that's the first thing. Women, maybe use them as fuel, but don't use them to ruin you. Don't think of them until you get to the point where you can approach them. Or do like me. There's this girl in the class next to me who I quite like. But another thing, now I don't want to stay here because I'm not a relationship channel. But I wouldn't say I don't know if in love is the right word, but I'm not in love with her because I've never spoken to her, I've just seen her. I've done mental films, mental trips. I'm in love of the version I think of her, of the version I imagine her to be. Not in love with her. And that happened to me also this summer. It's the only 2 times it happened. So, as much as it can be fake, and as much as I can realize that, there's still the thing, I like her, I want to be with her, whatever. But I recognize that I can't, because I'm where I said, I need to get on the right track, and I need to get down and be self-disciplined and consistent with what I do. And tick those boxes and complete my first goals. Even though some of them I've completed, but complete some more. Which are achieve 15,000 followers on Instagram, make €2,000 a month consistently net, and weigh 70 kilos, putting mainly muscle mass number 63 kilos. So instead of eliminating that girl, that woman from my life completely and saying, no, that's just my imagination doing stuff and I can't have her, what I said is, okay, I have these goals. Once I complete them, then I imagine a key I get this key and I can open the door and I can speak to her. That's the thing. But before I achieve those goals, I can't, because I'm not the person I want to be. I'm not the person that she deserves and that I deserve to speak to someone else, kind of. So my goal is to complete those goals. For me, because it gets me closer to my real goals, to my important goals, to my long-term goals. But that's something still abstract, you know. I can imagine living in New York, but still quite far away, I think. But what I can see, because I see her basically every day, is that girl. Therefore, if I use those goals to say, as a metric for which, if I complete them, then I can speak to the girl, I think that's a better motivation, a better fuel. No, it's not a better motivation, but it's it's like drugs, you know? Therapy is the good thing for you, but it takes quite a long time. Drugs are bad for you. But they're instant. Now imagine her as a good drug, in the sense that it depends the way you treat it. If you take too much, so if you think of her too much, if you want her too much, it's bad for you, and it's instantaneous. But if you do it in the right way, so use her as a reward for completing those goals I said before, then that's a good thing. That's like taking one aspirin every day, you know, instead of taking 10 aspirins every day, which probably would kill you. So all this is because I'm trying. So all this is because I want to say this is a new beginning. I've said the goals are reach 70 kilos, reach 2,000 euros that I make consistently per month net, and reach 15,000 followers on Instagram. These for now are the goals I'm working on. But let's not forget what I said before. I don't know if I've made videos about it. I have made videos, I don't know if I've published them. It's about being disciplined. Discipline is key. So what my goal was to be disciplined. So even if I don't see results, even if I don't make money, even if I don't make followers, even if I don't gain weight, muscle mass, but as long as I do the things, as long as I make the videos for TikTok Shop, as long as I make the videos for the personal brand, as long as I work out, that's good, because I'm building consistency and discipline. So now this is the first time I'm opposing the two ideas, but what if instead of opposing them, saying either this or that, I try to put them together, in the sense that discipline is key to access those goals. So while I'm building discipline, I'm also building that. While I'm making videos for my personal brand and I'm being disciplined, maybe I'll grow 1 follower, that's still good. While I make videos for TikTok Shop and I'm being disciplined, scripting, recording and editing, maybe I'll make 1 sale, that's still good. If I work out, maybe I'll gain 100 grams of muscle mass, that's still good. I think discipline and consistency, I've said many times throughout this video, is key. So even though I don't reach those goals, but I am disciplined, I'm happy the same. But I'm sure that if I'm disciplined and I'm consistent, I will every day get closer to those goals. So all this, finally, is to say that this is a new beginning. Those are my goals. My goal is also mainly to be disciplined, and through discipline I can achieve the goals I told you. Let me show them to you, because I wrote them down. Let's see. I don't know if you can see them. 63 kilos out of 70, 390 euros out of 2,000 this month, 472 followers out of 15,000 followers in total on my Instagram. So, that's that. I'll probably post this video as a standalone. I don't know still if to make weekly videos or just videos like this, rants, probably weekly videos, but let's keep it standalone. Let's call it relationship rant. And last thing, because I said that there are 2 things that could ruin you or make you better. At the beginning, they ruin you, as we said already. Women or girls. The second thing is people that go against you. Now, I don't want to go to university because entrepreneur. I don't need university necessarily, and I don't want to go to university because I know it's not for me. At school, all my teachers, even my middle school teachers, which I went to visit the other day, all say, no, you need to go to university, you cannot study, you cannot do this, you need a degree to work. And they say, yeah, but it won't work out what you're doing, imagine if it failed. the thought it fails doesn't even enter my mind, doesn't even enter my consciousness. Actually, if I need to be honest, maybe it does. I'm not, when I say, okay, I'll achieve it, I'm not sure. Why aren't I sure? Because I know I'm not putting all the work I can in. I know I'm not being the most disciplined version, the most consistent version, and I know I'm not being the best version of myself I can be. Therefore, the person I am now won't achieve those goals. But if every day I respect what I say, I respect my tasks, I start something and I finish it, I'm sure, I'm 1,000% sure that I will reach my goals, because I'm not a stupid person. I have a good mind, I have good stuff around me, I've grown up in a certain way, in a good way. And I know that if I do something properly, I can yield and I can gather all the results from it, from the completion of it. So that's to say, people will always go against you. Girls, teachers, even parents. My parents are teachers. You know, comes as a surprise that they want their sons to go to university, as my brother did. You know, but two different people, two different lives, two different careers, two different outcomes. And if I don't go to university, it's not because I don't want to do anything, it's because I want to do more. It's because I have ambitions. And when people try to bring me down, when people try to grab me by the neck, try to push me down, try to stomp on me, saying I won't manage to do it, they might be right. They might be right if they speak to the version of me that doesn't put the work in, that isn't disciplined or consistent, that every day isn't doing all it can to achieve those goals. Which maybe is me now. Actually, without the maybe. That is me now. Me, this person you see here, in this moment won't achieve any of those goals. Because he's not putting in the work. Because I'm not putting in the work. Because I'm a fucker, okay? I fuck myself. How do I say it? I don't know. I want to insult myself. You get the point. But if I become a disciplined person, if I become a consistent person, if I do what I say, and every day I work towards those goals I showed you earlier, in the body, in the mind, in the how do you say it? In the pocket, and on social media, network, I am sure that that person that I will become, as quick as possible, is going to achieve his goals. I am going to achieve my goals. If only I plant the tree of self-discipline. Because the drop breaks the rock not for its strength, but for its consistency.